बाहों को दीजिए थोड़ी फुर्सत भी मेरी जहाँ कभी बाहों को दीजिए।
सरकटे के बारे में हम क्या जानते हैं?
आज की रात मजा हुस्न का आँखों से लीजिए।
Thank you, Telegraph.
आज की रात मजा हुस्न का आँखों से
सरकटे इधर आ तू। करता है।
I just wanted to say that 3 is, of course, 3-2 is of course among the starters we spoke about. It must be so great for you guys and really looking forward to watching it. Just wanted to know that, what's the predominant emotion like as we are like some say, 3 days, 4 days away from release? 3 days actually, because 14th you
We
have.
are very thrilled, to be honest. I think again, because what you are seeing, we are also seeing the kind of excitement amongst the audience, the kind of advance that we are seeing. It's very, very thrilling for us. We can't wait for people to watch the film on starting on 14th night, 9:30. We have a special paid preview for everybody to watch, and Friday 15th August when it's releasing properly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun because we got so much of love. It was insane. The kind of reaction we got it was just overwhelming. So we are very thrilled, very excited.
Right. Shraddha, were you kind of surprised by the whole frenzy that happened right after Stree, and it's been like 6 years now, and the kind of anticipation that has been there for the sequel in terms of when is it coming, has that ever taken you by surprise?
When I heard the film, I was on the floor. I fell off my couch and I was in splits, and I was too excited to be a part of the film. And every day on set when we were shooting for the first part 5-6 years ago, we've had a blast. And then that's translated onto the audience's reaction. And then the film has gotten so much love, a first of its kind horror comedy.
Yeah.
So I feel like somewhere when I heard the film, because I was so entertained by it, I was like, I have a feeling that the audiences will also really, but ultimately you don't know till the audiences have seen it. Nobody can predict what the audiences are going to think or feel ever. So it was really incredible for Stree to get that kind of love that it did, and to be a part of a film which penetrated the entire strata of the audiences. You have kids going, you have families going, and the best part was you were talking about the frenzy. I really enjoyed the kind of reactions I was getting from kids, especially. When their mums or dads would be like, "Pata hai, wo Stree hai, aur wo pata hai, her eyes turned red," and all of that. And so even my cousin sister, my little sister, she still asks me, she's like, "Say na, you have na some powers, you have some superpowers are there na, and now see your second movie is also coming." So it's really overwhelming to get that kind of love and reaction, and we're hoping that the film gets the same kind of love again.
Right. But Stree, at least for me, was a satire, like in
It is a super.
what's film. So what's the vibe of Stree to Rajkummar?
Well, yeah, I think it's a true blue sequel, like exactly the same world, same characters. Just that it's bigger and it's way more funnier, way more entertaining, and the threat is bigger. Budget is pretty high, and then the part one. But I think the sincerity, the honesty of it would be the same. Like how these characters were so relatable, like Vicky and Jana and her nameless character and Pittu. So I think the same vibe is there, same energy is there. That was the plan, that when we started shooting, that's what we thought, that's what we decided, that we're gonna make this film with as much sincerity how we made part one. Because sometimes you can have that baggage that part one was so successful, there are a lot of expectations, so let's do this because this might work. That corruption never came in the picture. We were very sure that we're gonna make it without any baggages. We're gonna have fun because that's what translates, to the audience, and that's how we made it with a lot of utmost sincerity.
I think the best part about how this film has happened is the fact that every step of the way, our director, our writer, they took their time, they fleshed out a true sequel that justified the story going forward, that really took things to the next level. So I'm really proud to be a part of this entire universe.
Can't wait to watch it.
The frenzy that we saw in theaters.
Yeah.
Like it has happened with me maybe twice or thrice in my life, where people have started sending me videos from theaters that you have to come and witness it. Like I saw that in Pareli, I saw that in Shadi Mein Zarur Aana, and then in Stree, the climax, Stree Ji,
Yeah.
Pyar, Pyar, and way people reacted to it. People were rolling over the floor and whistling and hooting. It's so fulfilling as an artist. You do something, of course, on set you don't realize how people are going to react to it. You do it with like a lot of like seriousness, what I'm saying. But then to see the reaction, it's so fulfilling, it's so heartfelt.
So like coming to the tricky part now. So like first time around you guys experienced some sort of paranormal activity while shooting. So anything spooky happened this time too?
Luckily, no.
I think
the ghosts also loved Stree Water.
Yeah.
They're like, ये अच्छी फिल्म बनाते हैं, let's not, yeah.
Let's not
I think this
Yeah.
time it was like, okay, now we're pros and now we don't get scared, so there were no incidences, or we were ready for it. Me with my choti, so nobody dare. मेरी शक्तिशाली चोटी मेरे साथ थी, so none on this film. We were well equipped.
Thank God. So looking back at Stree, what do you think actually worked for the movie? I mean, so much so that not only it, now we have the sequel, like it spurred to a sequel, but also the fact that it spurred the whole horror comedy genre, which we were talking about. Yeah.
I think one of the USPs of Stree is the way that it brings out an important message without it being preachy, in the most entertaining manner, with the most creative screenplay, with the most creative dialogues. It's an amalgamation of such forces coming together with brilliant actors, a brilliant writer, director, a first of its kind world being introduced to Indian cinema. There was nothing like that we've seen before. It was so fresh when it came out, right? So I feel like all these forces coming together, I think, is what made its way into people's hearts. So I think there's no one USP, I would say. There are all these factors.
Stree, of course, got a lot of love and respect. Like a lot of films are successful, but for a film to be a cult in its own way and to be remembered even after 6 years, people are so excited about it. And Stree, I think, would be that film that would be, whenever you will talk about horror comedy genre, Stree will be right on top. I have
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I spawned so many guests.
Yeah.
Now you have an entire universe anyway.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
each character can have a backstory and they can be a film.
Oh yeah. Like I love
Very
Jana.
true.
Abhishek Banerjee was the common link.
Abhishek was a
Abhishek is so talented. You have to watch it for him in part 2 also.
सर कटे का सर कटा हुआ है।
वाह, इसको अभी का अभी IAS घोषित कर दो।
थैंक यू रुद्दा भैया।
Like he's the common link between Bhedia and Stree. Then Bittu, Munja, and then Bittu, of course, Apar again. And I think the friendship between these 3 boys is, I think, one of the thing that people really loved in the film. The way they all stand by each other. There's one stupid guy who's a hopeless romantic, falls in love with this entity, and then he becomes this Rakshak for no reason. Suddenly, he's like in part 2 also, as I've seen the trailer, he's like, अभी सरकटे को भी तुझे ही भगाना है. It's like, hey, but I'm just a tailor. So I think this for a tailor to be this superhero kind of an enigma is something which really, I think, connects with the audience.
And I think you rightly said it. Imagine if every character had a film on them.
Yeah.
It would genuinely be a very interesting story.
Yeah.
Everyone would have an interesting story to tell with their own layers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They have their own quirks, no? All of them are.
Yeah. Very unique.
Absolutely.
Very memorable. Yeah.
We talk about your characters, they're very different, but then is there any similarity that you found? It depends. Yeah.
I think I'm also die-hard romantic.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, just like Vicky, the moment I see in the Badaleka's eyes, everything goes in. Yeah. I'm fully madly in love. Everything goes in like high speed
You
for
do
me.
like your sharp.
That's why I keep doing it. I wake up like that. Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be the similarity I would feel. And yeah, if there would be a danger ever in on my loved ones, just like Vicky, I will be standing right in front without thinking what's going to happen to me. But yeah, I would be there.
Long question.
I think for me, because her character keeps revealing itself gradually. And I'm wondering how to reveal this connection gradually also, but I would say there is a larger purpose. Let's just say that is one aspect that I connect with. That may not be so obvious at first, but it is a larger purpose that we connect with. Like I feel even I have a large purpose in life.
Will we get to see that in the second film, or do we now have to make
I don't know.
See, 3-1, by the end of it, there were so many questions, right? So some of them are going to be answered, and then there are going to be new questions that will take birth in this one as well.
I hope we don't have to wait for 6 years. But is there an urban legend or a horror story that all of us kind of grew up hearing all of these things, which I'm sure our parents told us to make us a lot of things?
I think that's the fun of 3-1
is that something
because
that you heard of?
I think I could. When I first long back when I heard the narration from Raj DK, I read the script actually. I don't take narrations, and when I read that portion where if someone calls you at night thrice from behind, never turn back. This is something which we've been hearing all our life. If you're walking alone at night on a deserted street and somebody calls your name out from behind, especially a woman, never turn back. So I could connect with it instantly कि हाँ ये तो है ही, like ये तो हमें बचपन से कहा गया है कि मीठा खा के घर से बाहर मत जाओ, कोई पीछे से बुलाए रात को अकेले तो don't turn back. So I think there's so many things that are so relatable.
Yeah. Shraddha, anything?
So many. We have so many urban legends in our culture, right? There are, of course, ki matlab, when it gets dark, don't go out. Especially when you're a child, don't step out unsupervised. Don't go to abandoned places. There are energies over there. There are countless urban legends, and I think that our country is filled with it. That's one of the beauty.
Netflix 3 comes every year. Rajkummar, Shraddha, is it
Not the film, but the character.
Not the character. Like, is there anything that you maybe wait for or dread? Something that happens and like anything?
In the
Annually in the film or in life?
In your life, yeah.
Annually.
If 3 comes annually for those 4 days in our life,
Yeah.
I look forward to Durga Puja.
It's just,
I know, right around the corner, And I actually just called Patralika while coming here and video called her, was showing her Kolkata because we love Kolkata. We have such fond memories of this city. Of course, we have a house here at Koshpa near Ruby Hospital.
Yeah.
And we have walked down the whole city, especially in winters. Me and Patralika, we used to come here very often. And I was just showing her the city that, listen, we have to come back. It's been a while. We are in love with the city. So I think maybe Durga Puja is the right time to come back and just
crazy time.
Sorry,
I know it's crazy time, but it's a lot of fun just to walk down the whole city and go to these small, beautiful, cafes, have your coffee, have those little cakes.
Which is can't be that anymore on show.
Why can't I? I just have to give maybe some pictures, but I can. Yeah.
Which is that you look forward to anything more to really dread anything like. See, I dread my annual medical checkups. Anything like that.
I was actually saying that I dread my parents a lot when I'm supposed to do something at home and I don't do it. My God, I can really dread them. And I'm sure they doubly dread me as well. So I live with my parents and my brother and my dog. So, it's like, for example, now if I'll be going back without any food from Kolkata, they're not going to ask me, how's it going and how was your day or whatever. Like, where is the mishti doi? Where is that? Where are the kebabs or whatever, So I would dread that.
Purpose of coming to
That is the only purpose for the promotions.
So if both of you encounter the supernatural, if you ever encounter the supernatural, which 3 people from the industry and your lives would you include in your Ghostbuster list to save you?
Oh, I would definitely include my dad.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't need anybody else. He will hands down. Bhagao, he will.
Comes in his crime master.
I was going to say he will just aankhein nikal ke gotiya khelo with everybody.
I think I would call Stree because for some reason she's very fond of me. She never troubles me because I have this love in my eyes for her or whatever.
Only
Some
Stree is
purity.
like.
Yeah, only she sees. That too when I tell her, kya bhai, wait na, I'm the rakshak yaar. So she understands, she listens to me. So I'll call Stree, because then she can handle everything. Yeah, she's pretty powerful.
Okay, so now getting back. So apart from Stree, which character or film from the horror comedy universe you guys have created is your favorite and why?
Can I be very honest? 3 is my
Yeah.
favorite. And this is genuinely because
We have to be honest,
it's a very good film.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the film itself. So, sorry, yeah, exactly,
Yeah, you
right?
can take a
I
public
mean,
poll also. I'm sure
Exactly.
most of the people would say
Nobody said
three.
they don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
So I
it's-
think
it's-
3 is a constant favorite.
3 is a constant favorite. I mean, it just ticks all the boxes in terms of it being a good film.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything can touch that.
And your favorite character aside of you?
Aside from me in
Three, you can choose three.
You know, I'll tell you, it's very, very tough to choose genuinely because I feel every character is so different. Every character has their own quirks, every character has their own way of being. And I'm surrounded with such fabulous actors who add their own excellence to each character. So it's, I'm just a fan of the entire film, very honestly.
You.
And maybe Jana.
Yeah.
I think his simplicity, his stupidity,
He's good fun stuff.
though he's very strong also. Like in the film, we've seen it in very small excerpts, but he is a strong man. He doesn't know it. Like whenever somebody tries to take panga with Vicky, he's the one who's always be like, hey, maar dunga. So I like his cute, simple things. So I think Jana maybe, yeah.
The next question is, we're all scared of something or the other. So what is that one literal and one metaphorical thing that we're scared of in life? The world.
I'm very
Literal and
scared of
metaphorical.
losing my loved ones, yeah, because I've experienced it. I think it's the toughest thing that one can go through. So I'm very scared of losing my loved ones. Just metaphorically, maybe one day I would wake up and then I won't know how to act. Suddenly, I get this feeling that what if one day I just can't crack a character, I just can't do it in front of the camera. What if someone takes it away? Yes, sir.
It doesn't have.
I think my biggest fear would probably be losing my loved ones. Cannot even, I mean, it's just unfathomable. And I get startled very easily. So it's very bizarre. Even if you pop a balloon, it'll feel like a loud bomb sound to me. So sometimes you'll just see me put my hands in my ears. So I get petrified of thunder. Petrified, absolutely petrified. I have to roam around with those earplugs.
How?
Yes.
What does your
yes.
dog do? Your dog takes care of you because otherwise you have to take care
Yeah.
of
Otherwise, we're taking care of each other. We're like, बहन भाई हाँ हम हैं एक दूसरे के लिए हम हैं सहारा.
Okay. Also, like this guy sounded a little generalized, but what is the toughest thing to pull off in horror comedy? Because it's a
I think the fine balance, to find the fine balance between how much to scare people and how much to make them laugh, that is very scary. And to have the whole screenplay, they cannot be just set pieces. It's like kya ho raha hai? Oh, this scene is funny, and then I don't know what's happening. So the whole screenplay has to hold you well. So I think this to crack the right story with ample amount of comedy and horror in it is I think the writing is I would say the toughest part in cracking the right horror comedy. And then of course as an actor you come on board, you improvise, you take it a notch higher than what's on paper, but that's our job, and I love doing that. But I think also just to, like a lot of my friends tell me, like Homa and all, कि जब, sorry for my language, but जब तेरी फटी होती है ना, जब तू डरता है तो हमको बड़ा मजा आता है. It's like, all right.
You look it also, but that's because you're a good actor.
But also, fear is deeply psychological, as and I would say. How have you over the years battled with your personal things?
Well, I think
Somewhere it stems from a sense of insecurity, like all of us, our deepest insecurities
Absolutely.
manifest themselves in our deepest
Absolutely.
fears.
Battling your demons, as you put it, right?
Yeah.
It's constant work. I feel like personally, I try to spend time with myself, try to be as self-aware, spend time in connecting with myself. Because sometimes also it's very tough to look at your own fear straight in the eye, right? And be like, okay, I know you exist and let's sort it out, let's soothe you, let's figure out what's going on. I feel like it's a lot of internal work, and sometimes it's hard, sometimes some fears you can overcome. But for me, what really helps is a fabulous support system and speaking to, I don't know if this answers your question.
Yeah, friends and
I don't know if it answers your question,
yes,
but I'm very blessed with a great support system.
So keep this
And
talk it out.
absolutely, talk it out. And also, certain things I feel it's very important to spend time with yourself and sort some things out
Or
yourself.
just being by yourself.
Yes.
Journal, write a lot. Or just
Journal,
paper.
journal, or if you feel like you want therapy, I feel like
Yeah.
one must definitely reach out. One must definitely speak to their friends and their loved ones, and also speak to themselves. It's very important. I feel like we give time to everybody but ourselves. And even if we spend a few moments every day, it's actually the most important thing to connect with yourself every day.
Well, I think I would say two things. One, of course, being in the, again, like I'm mentioning Patrika, but I think just when she's around, I just feel everything is fine. And I'm being very honest, and it's vice versa. Like both of us together makes the world a happy place.
Safe place.
Safe place. I feel very safe, and that nothing wrong gonna happen to us when we are together. And my second answer would be spirituality. I find a lot of solace in spirituality. I find a lot of answers in spirituality, and I am very, very much into spirituality. So I think when you don't take things very seriously, like this is happening, that is not happening, array, this film, what's gonna happen? Because I feel we have come here to do our jobs, right? And my job is to be an actor, to entertain people and to explore myself and grow as an artist. And I try and do that with every film, every character. As long as that is happening, I don't feel insecure or honesty to me about anything. Yeah.
I also want to add to that, if I may. It also helps when you have a pet. If I may say. Because there is just something about the way animals and they love. There is just something about it. Is I can't explain it, and there is just a lot. It just becomes your own resource.
Yeah.
So स्त्री कुछ भी कर सकती है, right?
बिल्कुल.
So if you acquire a superpower, what would you like to do that you usually cannot?
I think I would want to make my loved ones immortal.
Right. Yeah. Great.
I guess.
One would be, I guess, to time travel. Yeah.
Which period is
Anything. Maybe I really want to see how my mother was when she was a baby.
that's great.
I would love to be her friend and see how she was, because she dedicated all her life in raising us with, of course, a lot of struggles and everything. But I would like to see her as a teenage kid. That would be great, just to be her friend there. And then I also want to fly. Especially in living in Mumbai, there's a lot of traffic in every metro city, not only in Mumbai, I think every metro city. So I would love to save a lot of time just by.
So since this is a sequel, you had the chance to carry forward your character from the previous one.
Yeah.
So is there any other character which you have enacted in a earlier film, which you would want to take forward in another sequel?
A lot of people have told me this, that they want to see my character from Shaadi Mein Zaroor Aana in a sequel. That they love that. It's a very popular film, especially in tier 2 and tier 3. So maybe for public and for audiences love, I might do that. And Preetham Vidrohi, I think from Bareilly Ki Batti can have his own film.
That was nice.
Even Alu from Ludo, I guess, can have his own film. I guess Newton Kumar can be in some other post, doing his job sincerely and still. Yeah, it's a lot of characters. Yeah, Post Babu has still so many, unseen things.
I think because the story could probably lend itself would be what happens to Arohi after. So maybe only because I feel like the film ends at that kind of a place. How does she go on and what happens?
One horror film that you left midway while watching, and one comedy film that you watched a couple of times.
Comedy would be Andaz Apna Apna. Umpteen number of times.
Same. Same here.
Jaane Bhi Do Yaro, again, umpteen number of times. Yeah. And horror, Conjuring, I think it's very scary. Paranormal Activity 1, because it's so believable. Feel like it can happen to me also at home. Maybe I would never know that this is happening. That's why I think that's the power of Paranormal 1. And Exorcism of Emily Rose, because I saw it without knowing it's a horror film when I was.
What?
Yeah, because I was.
Exorcism in it.
I didn't know the meaning at that time. Yeah, I was very new in FTI in Pune. And I was homesick, and I used to call my family from those SCD booth every day and crying, "Mujhe bahut yaad aa rahi hai aapki." But I have to, of course, be here and educate myself in acting. And one day I thought Sundays used to be off days. I thought I would, go watch a film, and my English was not that great at that time, and I didn't know the meaning of exorcism. And I saw, oh, Hollywood film. It looks like a nice film. Let me go watch this. And my luck, only 4 or 5 people in the big theater. When it started, I realized, it's a horror film. Then of course I still managed to watch the whole film. Very scared, was very shit scared. And then I said, it's a true story. I was like, wow, thank you. Yeah.
So you felt homesick but decided to watch a horror film.
Yeah, I just wanted to watch a film. Didn't realize I would end up watching this.
Shraddha, you must,
There's this film called Hereditary.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious me, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, what is going on? How is it even allowed to make a film like this? I have to admit, I'm very sheepishly admitting this, but even when I've watched Stree, and the part where my face turns, I've gone like this. Which is bizarre, because it's me up there. But, okay, so I guess I'm in general just scared of horror bits in movies. And you were talking about comedy a couple of times. So I've been a huge Sridevi fan. I feel like the kind of comedy that she has done, so I love Chalbaz, and of course Andaz Apna Apna is evergreen, absolutely evergreen.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. I just have a couple of questions that we want to take the video about Stree. Obviously, I watched
that camera?
Yeah, that and this chicken do there. And basically, if you remember what happened, take Stree connected to your characters.
Sure.
And anybody can answer.
Okay.
Okay. In how much time does Vicky say he will sew on Khagra and then
36 minutes, 36 minutes. 31 minutes.
Initially he says how long will he take?
He starts with 1 week, then he says I need 3 days, and she needs, I need it day after. He says okay, done. Yeah.
He starts with 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Starts with 2 weeks and then brings it down to day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, what is on the list that Shraddha's character wants Vicky to bring?
चिपकली की पूंछ, सफेद बिल्ली का बाल, सफेद काली बाल, शराब,
Brandy to be precise.
Brandy, yeah. Then he gets all the brandies because he didn't know her flavor.
Then half kilo mutton,
हाँ,
Half kilo mutton.
हाँ,
Dhanture ka phool.
yes.
You remember the chura? Kaach ka chura.
Kaach ka chura, हाँ, correct. Yeah.
What does Vicky describe the singer Akon as?
अरे ये लगा लो इंडिया के कुमार सानू है
Correct.
अमेरिका के कुमार सानू
The color of the Khagra he suits for is blue. What is the color of the border?
Border pink.
Gold, maroon.
Pink. With a little bit of gold. So that's.
So we're both right then.
What ringtone plays on Rudraji's phone?
Nice.
Nice.
And he picks up and says what?
Hello, हाँ क्षमा तुम पूछना मत मैं आ रहा हूँ.
Right. Okay. What flower does Vicky give Shraddha's character at the end, which is about to board the bus?
Marigold, game breakup.
Yeah. Pakka, you both of you knew that.
He's too fast. He's too quick for me.
Yeah, any more questions? We are done actually.
What was her name in the film?
Oh, that we don't know. Are we going to?
What
You
could
might
be
get to
her
know
name?
in part 2.
What could be her name?
What is it? Yeah. And if you had to give her a name, what would it be? Now you know. But if you had to give her a name after part 1. when she boards the bus?
Anamika. Who has no name. Anamika means
And I'm sorry.